Hi, welcome back. So, in part three of our research video series, we're going to talk about using databases. So, first, let me just quickly say what a database is. So, similar to if you put something on a spreadsheet, you're collecting data and putting it all together so it's easy to look at and find. Some of you have done research where you went out and did a survey and then you had to put that data into a spreadsheet. So, any kind of data, whether it's numbers, words, articles, information, whatever the data is, if it's collected all in one place, that's called a database. So, searching databases is going to be narrowing our search even more than Google Scholar. So, Google Scholar is a kind of database, but we're going to look at some different options that can narrow your search even more. The difficulty with databases is that usually most databases need to be paid for. So, usually, schools or libraries will subscribe to the database service and then the students have access. But because you don't have access to a subscriber version of databases, I'm going to show you some different tricks to find some free resources that are databases. Okay, so the first one that we're going to go to, you're going to type in ebsco.com. It's an acronym, and we usually just say Ebsco, which is ebsco.com. When you type that in, it brings up this site. Lots of confusing information. All I want you to do is scroll down until you see the word research databases. So when it says research databases right here, right, we're going to click on that research databases. And that is going to take us to the different databases that are available in this system. Um, the problem again with EBSCO is many of these different databases are not free. So what we're going to do here is we're actually just going to type in free databases and search for the free ones. And you will see that that brings up free databases right here. We're going to click on that. So this is going to be a little bit more, you're going to have to work a little harder for this, but the result is worth it because you really do get some really good articles that are going to talk specifically about your topic. So one of the free ones here, and this is the one we're going to focus on because I think it's the one that you will use the most, is called GreenFile. So GreenFile is a research database covering environmental effects of individuals, corporations and governments. So it has to do with environmental issues. So we're using our same topic of climate change and coral reefs and coral bleaching that I've used before in the previous videos. So if I click on GreenFile, it will bring up this screen. So you can see right here, it says searching GreenFile. Sorry, we're going to, so searching GreenFile right there. Okay. And I'm going to type in my search words just like I would do in any other search place. I'm going to type in my search words. And in this case, I'm going to type in climate change. Okay. And look at all these different things that come up when I just type climate. I've got change, global warming, the effects on the environment, all these things. So I'm just going to click climate change. That's a really big topic, right? So I'm going to search that and it's going to bring up, ta-da! I'm just going to pull it up this way. Okay, climate change. It's going to bring up 51,000 articles. Again, remember how this is like a lot of articles. So what if, and then I want you to look at this over on this side. We have refine results, right? So like we could do in Google Scholar, we can narrow our search results using this column over here. So one of the things the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to click where it says full text. So what that means is some of these articles will just show you an abstract, a short little version of the article, not the entire article. We only want to look at the entire article. We don't want to look at just pieces of it. So if it's not the full text, we don't want it. You can also change the publication date, just like we did in the Google Scholar. You slide this little bar, see how when it moves, it changes this date, or I can slide it back. So I've changed it to 2011 to 2019, and it's updating now my search. Okay. And it now shows the new dates here. You can we want full text. We have the publication. If I only want to look at magazine articles, I can click magazine and it's only going to show me magazine articles. If I want to look at academic journals, so academic journals are kind of like a magazine, but they're only written for like colleges, professors, people studying a particular topic. So it's not like a magazine you would buy at the bookstore or at the market. These are things that are only available through colleges, subscription, things like that. Okay, so if I just want magazines, I can click magazines. So again, this on the left-hand side is where you can limit or change. I also want to talk, because we don't want just climate change. We want climate change and coral reefs. So we have climate change in coral reefs or climate change in coral bleaching. So I'm going to do climate change and coral reefs just to narrow it down a wee bit. But we already went from 51 to 302, which is a much better ratio of articles to look at. So now I have three articles. Okay, so I went from 51,000 to 3 articles just by changing our search criteria up here at the top and changing this to be full text and with a publication date between 2011 and 2019. So let's take a look at one of these articles and see what it looks like. So things that you can do here. You can get a little bit more information here. You can print or email this article to yourself. You can pull up a PDF version, which is, we can click on it. So I'm going to click on the article here and I want to show you what happens. I'm actually going to take my camera off so we get a full screen. Okay, so many things we can do with this now. We can save it to our Google Drive. We can add it to a folder. We can print it. We can email it. We can save it. So here's Google Drive. Here's adding it to a folder. Here's print. Here's email. Here is just save. Here is cite, and there's going to be a whole nother video, and you're going to go through how to cite an article in your research paper, and that's a whole different thing. But the nice thing about databases and Google Scholar is that they already do the citations for you. So when you need to put those in your paper, you can just copy and paste, and it's so super easy. Okay, you can export it, you can create a note, you can create a link to this article. So lots of things that you can do. So we want to now look at, so here it's got the article, and you can continue to look at it, or let's look at the PDF version. So we're going to pull up the PDF version and it's going to show us what it looks like in real life. So it's from a magazine and it looks like a magazine, and there's going to be pictures and it's going to read like a magazine article. So, which is kind of nice because it gives you all kinds of information. Okay, you have the same options here that you did on the other page. So you can send it to your Google Drive, you can print it, you can email it to yourself. Those are all options. And then here is the citation place where you can get the citation that you'll need for your paper. So if you want to save this to your Google Drive, that's a good idea. It's a great way to be able to read it later, edit it, read it offline. So these are great ways to save those. So that is EBSCO host. And again, up here, we also have download You also have back to the results list. So if you want to go back to where you just were, you can just click on this and it's going to take us back to the results of our search. And that makes it like quick and easy to go find another article. Okay, so remember we narrowed it down. We only had 3. You can go directly to the PDF file here. You don't have to click on this. You can just go to the PDF version by clicking this PDF here. Okay.